Warning. While this video is an adult male talking about kids media, this video is not for kids. It contains language. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello people, I'm M. Page, and if there's one thing I liked about my favorite creators is how sometimes they'll take a brief aside to do something completely random that may kind of tie into something they did in the past, but is still kind of new territory even for them. Specifically, I'm talking about magazines. Angry Video Game Nerd talked about Nintendo Power, Kid Icarus talked about official UK PlayStation magazine, and eventually they did a follow-up for like general gaming magazines. And Kid Icarus in particular did one for Peppa Pig. That was one of my favorite videos. But it makes me wonder, if there's a magazine for Peppa the Peepin' Pig, why can't there be a magazine for this little darling? Well, as it turns out, there is. A complete fan guide to Bluey. I saw this at Walmart. I forgot how much I paid for it. But, normally I wouldn't buy something that has coloring pages and activities because, that's kid crap, right? But it seems like it's meant for all ages because it talks about, the show and stuff. Gives you some behind the scenes and gives you some sneak previews. So I figure, finally, a magazine for me. I hope. I think the back was what got me interested in buying it. It says, what does it say? I thought, why shouldn't a kids show make parents laugh too? I mean, yeah, My Little Pony came pretty close to entertaining me in my adult years, but Bluey nailed the hammer on the head with the nail and the, I forgot what I'm saying. Anyway, let me just pull out my second camera, by which I mean my phone, and we can get started. Okay, now we got that going. Let's dive into this here magazine. I wonder what those free posters are gonna look like. Okay, first up we get a full-blown family shot. It looks as gorgeous as it does in the books. Bluey's made for parents and enjoyed by children, a fan wrote on Twitter. I am not calling it X. It really sets its own standard for kids shows. Someday when our kids are older, they'll rewatch Bluey from an entirely different POV. Yeah, I could see the two different POVs that go on with Bluey. It makes a lot of sense. It does parallel real life a lot. Bluey, the video game, was released for the Switch in 2023. It features a new story set across 4 interactive episodes along with games from the show. Yeah, I took a look at Bluey for Xbox One on this channel actually, and I'll put the interactive card up. And one thing I'll say about that is, it's not the best game I've ever played because, I am an adult. But I can say that among Outright Games, the developer, it's one of the best of those I've played. You've got a table of contents. Who needs a table of contents? Let's just dive right into this thing. The best TV show ever. They're saying that they pretend Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't exist. A young Aussie pup and her family have won the hearts of viewers of all ages. Well, I guess as far as Australian kids shows go, it's the best. Or Australian shows in general. Or animated shows in general that aren't Japanese. An adult Bluey fans Facebook group has more than 547,000 members. Beaten out only by the Facebook fans of not vaccines. I did not word that correctly, but I'm keeping it in anyway. The show accounted for 29% of all television views on Disney Plus in the fourth quarter of 2023, according to Circana. I think about 50% of that 29% is me. Sorry. A stage show. God, I wish I could have seen the stage show. We've binged Bluey. God, when you say it like that, you make it sound a little crazy. In the news today. Oh, there's that final shot from the sign. Spoilers! So this basically talks about the sign, yada yada yada. The episode trended on Twitter, and adults around the world posted tear reaction videos and photos on social media. I swear to God, I watched it 2 or 3 times, and my parents saw me weep, and I'm like, I'm not crying, you're crying. I mean, you'd cry too if you saw the ending of that. The overall theme is that you never know where something will lead. The episode definitely made most of our crew cry. If you don't cry at the sign, you are not a real man. A cattle dog puppy who could be Bluey's baby Fans speculate that the baby daddy is Mackenzie the Border Collie.
I mean, we never hear the baby speak, so for all we know, it could be Jean-Luc.
They double confirmed there are no plans to end the show. 20 new minisodes will be dropping over the summer starting in July, running from 1 to 3 minutes.
And I did a review of 7 of them, and you can watch that on the iCard. I do look forward to reviewing the rest of them when they come out.
While we may need to wait till 2025 for Season 4, Brum is already thinking about the direction the show could take in the future, and an older version of Bluey might make more appearances. We get a lot of requests to age the characters up. It would completely change the show, but there would be something really sweet about bringing through the new younger characters and having Bluey and Bingo at that babysitting age. That would definitely make a bunch of fans very happy.
Yeah, kind of like in Season 8 of My Little Pony. We got the young 6, and we figured as the main 6 go on and do their own friendship adventures and do their work at the school, that we'd see more of the young 6 doing their own thing. And we barely saw any of that before they fricked off after Season 9.
A real-life recreation of Bluey's house on Airbnb, they showed that off. That's a thing that happened. There's the real-life Hammer Barn, and Raptor1132 actually went to the real-life Hammer Barn and brought me back some goodies. Info card. If you're hoping to see the Healers head to theaters for their own movie adventure, you're not alone. At least 2 of the show stars are also busting to bring Bluey to big screen. The chick who plays Chili is 1,000% open to doing the Bluey movie. It's time. Meanwhile, Bandit told Jimmy Fallon he's hoping for a trilogy, including Mom and Dad's pre-story. There's no confirmation of a film in the works. Disney has spoken to Little Studios about expanding feature films, more TV seasons, and theme parks. It is not difficult to imagine a Bluey movie happening soon.
I mean, they did technically expand to theme parks if you consider the one in Australia. Although I think it's more of an indoor setting theme park because it's supposed to mimic like the house and like the surrounding yards and neighborhood. But anyway, I for one would also be excited to see more seasons and more movies.
How Bluey conquered the world.
Great, and all I can think about is those freaking YouTube videos where they put Bluey in like the Star Wars stuff.
Creator Joe Brown told Australian Women's Weekly, "The kids in my life and around me are constantly providing plenty of ideas for Bluey episodes."
I think that's why Joe Brum doesn't field ideas for the episodes from the public, because it's like, this is about real kids and real conflicts and real things. And that's always something to behold and enjoy.
Oh, here's a lovely story. Before creating Bluey, Joe Brum had a decade of experience bringing thick accented animals into the mainstream with his work on Peppa Pig in the UK. After moving back home to Australia in 2009, he considered making an adult animated series next, but landed on Bluey as a tribute to his own 2 children and his experiences as a parent.
Sometimes you gotta do some of your best work on a notorious piece of crap in order to know how not to be a piece of crap.
I don't write jokes, I just try to create funny, absurd situations.
That would be considered The World is a Joke. Or, I don't know if that's a trope, The World is a Joke. But it should be, because that's kind of how it is at the end of the day.
She even had her own Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade balloon. That is so awesome. Why do the strings look like cat whiskers? Each episode finds the fun, humor, and heart in various everyday life scenarios, from delaying bedtime to taking a family road trip to having a backyard barbecue. In each case, the emotional growth of the children takes precedence in everything the healers do, but Bluey is also not afraid to tackle heavier themes including depression, infertility, miscarriage, child loss, aging, death, and parental peer pressure. The show is also inclusive with neurodivergent and deaf children, LGBTQ+ couples, and Paralympic athletes.
Like, see, that's not woke. That's real. These are real people, and they're doing real things. If you don't like reality because reality is woke, go the fuck back to sleep. That's all I gotta say.
Other TV hits from Down Under. I am aware of the Wiggles because, like, they were around when I was a kid. High Five was also a thing I watched on Discovery Kids, but I didn't know High Five was Australian. High Five aired on TLC Discovery Kids in 2003-2006, scoring 3 Daytime Emmy nominations. Hey, I didn't know High Five was Australian. What the heck is Skippy the Bush Kangaroo? Was broadcast in more than 150 countries. Yeah, I mean, I may be aware of, like, some obscure crap like High Five, and I've never watched Skippy, but you cannot say you've never heard of the Wiggles at all at any point in your life. It is literally impossible. Meet the characters, and of course they use the barbecue scene. Bingo is not pictured because she's busy making a salad. This is Bluey. And this is Bluey. And this is Bluey, sitting in a pile of crud. But I like to pull this big Bluey out on special occasions. Bluey has aged a year over the course of the show, but creator Joe Brown told the Watch podcast that aging up the kids so the show enters more of an 8 and 12-year-old bracket probably isn't on the cards. So, wait, didn't we have a thing earlier that said they might do it? Now they're saying he won't do it. What? Why are you trying to confuse me, magazine? She played a granny named Janet who loves a nana nap, and a taxi driver who relies on the Siri-like navigation of her mom. She's also pretended to be a mermaid on the beach, a zookeeper, a manicurist, a frustrated mom at the supermarket, and even a salad spinner. She can do anything. And I think that sets a really good message for children that you can do anything. As for who voices the characters, the well-kept secret. Joe Brown revealed that Bluey, Bingo, and some of their friends are voiced by children of the crew, and they aren't credited on the show to protect their privacy. It's a move that the voice of Bluey's mother approves. I think that was so clever, and I'm so happy that not knowing how big the show would be, they had the foresight to do it. I mean, yeah. Not only does it protect the children's privacy from potential rabid fans, but it also stops them from being locked into a child acting role. Like, without credit, they're not perceived as child actors, meaning when they grow up and out of the role, they can either continue to live normal lives or pursue their own acting career independently. It's a really brilliant strategy. And we have Bingo, the playful, sensitive soul. She's a pro wedding officiant as seen in Horsey Ride. Well, considering both of the Horseys are male or portrayed by male actors, that would also make her inclusive, and I respect that. She's clever enough to create a magical feather wand, yet sensitive enough to stop a game of statue to admire a walking leaf bug. Yeah, The Weeknd is actually the pilot, the final pilot of Bluey, that before it got picked up, and it's amazing to see how far we've come since. The fan favorite of Sleepy Time. I actually have the book version of Sleepy Time. You want to see me read and talk about that? Next time. Bingo turned 5 during season 3 of the show, and the unnamed child who voices her has also gotten a few years older since the show debuted in Australia in 2018. Bluto Studio, which makes Bluey, has come up with a way to keep Bluey sounding the same by speeding up the voice recordings to give the kids a higher vocal pitch. Electronically, we've been keeping them sounding young. Okay, that kinda hurts a little bit, but I guess I can kinda see where you're coming from, because it's like, you couldn't really change out the voice actor without someone noticing. So I guess they figured by using this vocal tweaking technique in combination with reusing older recordings of repetitive lines, they figure they can maintain the illusion. Oh, heck yeah! There's Bandit. There's the sugar. Is he the best cartoon dad ever? If he ain't, then y'all biased. That is the cutest and also scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. He's a chauffeur, cook, and incredible dancer. Okay, did Bandit write this part? I would not be surprised if Bandit wrote this part. Who's played everything from a baby to a hospital patient. He never lets sleepless nights or public opinion prevent him from being a devoted and incredibly fun dad. It's clear his wife and kids mean everything to him, even if Bandit does let out a groan if he can't enjoy a day of lounging, surfing, cricket, or rugby. Dave McCormick, the lead singer of the 90s indie rock band Custard, has 2 daughters, and told the website Kids in Perth that his wife accused him of leaking stories about their family to the show's writers. She was convinced that I was feeding them plot lines, but it's just a universal thing that happens to parents. When we're doing the episodes, I'm laughing because that's completely me. That's exactly my life. Yeah, that's just how it is. It's like Joe Brumm made it about his kids, and
and these are universal things that happen when you have kids. That's why people with kids relate to it so strongly. Like, they're like, did you film my life and put talking dogs over it? It's funny. And there's Chili. She is the mom, and she is one of the best moms to ever mom. But anyway, the quiet, calm, loving center of the Healer family. Yep, absolutely. One of Chili's best moments comes in Mom School. She helps Bluey learn top tricks of the trade as the youngster mothers a group of bouncy balloons. A good parent shows their children what to do, but puts in the effort to truly understand their behaviors, making everything more fun. That's my mom, alright. She was declared the ultimate mom icon, and there are Reddit threads and TikToks that ask, what would Chili do? What would Chili do? Wow. They must hold her in such high regard, and quite frankly, I don't see why not. Chili is someone I would want to be friends with. You're dang right. In the show, we learned that Chili had a miscarriage. Joe Brown told the key aspect was the fact that her other children still needed taken care of. There was no choice for her to pick herself up and keep going, which I've always admired. That episode actually made me look like an idiot because people were speculating that it was a miscarriage, and I'm like, come on guys, you're reading too deep into this. It could just mean that, like, it's a symbolism for birth, like the water broke, or maybe there were some complications or birth defects. And then Joe Brum did an interview for a book, and he pretty much said, like, nope, it's a miscarriage. Thanks a lot for that, Joe. No ill will, though. I have friends who tell me I'm 36, I have no children, and I watch the show. I watch it when I'm sad and hungover. Look out, SpongeBob. Here comes some talking dogs with cutesy wootsy little freaking voices and stuff. But for real, though, I would love it. I'm freaking coming on 28 by the time this comes out, and I don't have kids. And I love it. Okay, now we have, like, the names of the characters in alphabet order. That's Aunt Trixie, who is Muffin's mother. And that's Aunt Brandy, who I guess was infertile, but I guess it didn't last long because she was seen with a baby bump in the sign, so who knows what's going to come of that. There's Bartleby. I guess if you can't have Barbie, have a Bartleby. I would like a Bartleby. Bentley. I have never heard of them, unfortunately. Buddy. The cute just hanging around type of person. Wait, is this character literally named Busker? Or is it just that they're a busker? They can play pipes, though. That is nice. Calypso. The teacher. I wish she was my teacher. Chili's mom. It is sad that we don't get to see her except in drawing form, but memories. They're always precious. Chloe. People say Chloe's voice changes a lot, but it's just like Bluey and Bingo. They're voiced by one of the kids, and kids' voices are gonna change. She loves tennis balls. I think we've seen that in The Adventure. There's Chucky, the brother of Lucky. Coco, the poodle. That's Digger, the big brother of Rusty. Here's an interesting thing about Digger. I know I'm going off subject, but when am I ever going to talk about this again? In the episode Cricket, the subtitles for the flashback where they mention Digger by name has his name blanked out in the subtitles. I'm not sure why, but it's probably because it sounds a bit too similar to... Anyway, Doreen, she's that old chick who's like one of their neighbors, and like I like seeing her learn that she had to like stand up for herself and stuff. That's always an important lesson to learn. Dougie is that deaf kid from Turtle Boy. Dusty, who's Rusty's younger sister. He finally hit her a catch, and that ended the episode Cricket. Floppy, one of Bingo stuffed animals. Frisky, the godmother who got married to Radley later. The gnomes. And there's like so many gnomes. I think I got like 2 of the 4 from the Hammer Barn thing. Granddad, still surprised by the success of the internet. Is this an age joke?
Grandpa Bob, or Baba. He lives with Nana Chris on the Gold Coast and went on a trip to India to find himself.
Why would he need to find himself? He's right there.
Honey the Beagle, Indy. I haven't watched any of the episodes with Indy yet. She is unable to eat wheat, gluten, sugar, salt, and dairy. Wow. I did not know that they were going that far with inclusivity. J is for Jack. He probably has ADHD. I feel for him. Janelle, Lucky's mom from New South Wales. Jean-Luc, interesting fact, in the French version, he actually speaks English and his name is Johnny. Judo, Wendy's kid. Kim Jim gets his own cubby. I still need to watch the cubby episode. I better get on that soon. Leela, Bingo's best friend forever and ever and ever. Lucky, the sports dude. Lucky's dad. Oh, the shenanigans we drag him in. Oh, M's. So many M's. We got Mackenzie. Yeah, see, Mackenzie's a guy. Why do people keep saying it's a girl? Major Tom, the talking horse. Mrs. Retriever, the kindergarten teacher. And Missy, the shy one. I like her. We now pause for a brief look at this poster. Okay, it's kind of hard to see because I don't want to, like, rip it out of the book. I'm always here for you even if you can't see me because I love you. Aww. That's one side, that's the other side. Can I get a peek at the inside? Like, I'm scared to rip this out without ripping like the rest of the book up, and I don't see any point in ripping up the poster because like I don't really have much wall space. Muffin. Like, some people were giving me crap for the way I reviewed Muffin Unboxing. Like, I love the short. I just don't think being a YouTuber is a viable career for Muffin. Nana, and I think that's her trying to learn how to floss. No O, unfortunately. Pom-Pom. Pomeranians are a small but hardy breed. No Q, R for Rusty. He's like Mr. Army dude. Snickers, the sausage dog. Socks. Still learning. Fight on, little sister. The Terriers. Sometimes they protect things and sometimes they attack things. Tradies. I think we call them contractors in the States. Uncle Red, I think we saw him earlier. Uncle Stripe. I think I've seen people say that he wants what Bandit has, but I don't know what they're talking about. Unicorse. Has no legs. And why should I care? No V, W from Wendy. Morning, Wendy. Winton. Haven't seen this episode yet. I look forward to it. They show pictures of like real dogs here. That's cute if you like dogs. Why dogs love watching Bluey? Okay, Bluey appeals to our four-legged friends because of the contrast of colors and the fact that dogs can discriminate blue and yellow. Discriminate? You mean distinguish? The 10 best episodes. Oh, I'll be the judge of that. The Pool. I think I reviewed that. That was pretty good. Grannies. These, like, Grannies learning to floss. That's always fun. Camping. I mean, yeah, meet the new friend Johnny, of course. Daddy Put Down. I think I did that one recently. Dance Mode. It's like being a good parent versus trying to bribe kids with toys and crap. I can understand why people like that. Escape. I love any episode that has that crudely drawn style. It shows an imaginative perspective. Sleepy Time. I think that's everyone's favorite in some part of the list. Pass the Parcel. I haven't seen that yet, but I'll get on that soon. Rain has virtually zero dialogue, but I could definitely see like where the beauty comes from. I might have to watch this with like descriptive audio just to see what happens if I do. And Relax. Yeah. I like the part where Chili tried to do that weird smile. Yee. And they had a brief bit about Dad Baby because Dad Baby was banned. But thankfully, Dad Baby was put on the Bluey YouTube channel. I appreciate that move. I wish it could have happened before I bought the Dad Baby episode on Amazon Prime.
Ah well. 5 episodes that made us cry. Handstand, I haven't seen that yet. Flat Pack, yes, of course it's gonna make you cry. It combines creationism and evolution in a way that only these smart people can. Granddad, I've seen that one, and not to be confused with Wild Child, Flintstones onesies. When I finally got to see that was really heartwarming, admittedly. And Baby Race, like, everyone needs to hear at some point that they're doing great, because if they don't, they're just going to keep down themselves. Wait, Lin-Manuel Miranda was the talking horse. Are you serious? My God. They have a lot of interesting people. And apparently Natalie Portman does the whale documentary. Like, oh yeah, we got Natalie Portman. They have spots in the show based on real people. This is New Farm Park. This is the Ash Grove Library. This is Brisbane's airport. This is Mission Beach. Paddington. Wait, the Golden Crown? Is that actually it's based on a real life establishment. I don't think it's called the Golden Crown though. Imagine they did the rebranding like Hammer Barn did. That'd be funny. South Bank, Wynnum Whale Park, and here's a section that teaches us what Australian words mean. Beaten chicken and ibis. Brekkie. Is brekkie an Australian thing? I thought that was like a slang thing. I've heard cheeky is a British slang too. Don't try to class that as Australian. Chippies, French fries. Dunny is slang for bathroom. Why did they ban that word in the episode? Holiday, vacation, ice block, popsicle. Popsicles blow! I love that there's a different word for the heart shape instead of the human heart. That actually is pretty cool. Wait, sherbet is pixie sticks? That makes no sense. Sat-nav is GPS. I had a feeling as such. Takeaway is takeout. To whinge is to whine. I thought it was like another cringe. Fun facts. Did you know there's a long-running Easter egg where you try to find the long dog? Found it. Every 7-minute episode of Bluey takes 4 to 5 months for a team of 50 to create. Wow. Kind of puts into perspective the amount of raw energy that goes into each second of screen time. The voice actors for Bluey's parents didn't meet in real life until The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, 4 years after the show started. Oh my goodness. Let's see, there's a family portrait in the background of the episode Charades that features a mystery brother alongside Nana, Bob, Ben, and Stripe and their families. I mean, it's a bit washed out in this picture, so it's kind of hard to tell. But anyway, the show's producer thinks people mistaking Bluey for a boy is okay. I hesitate to correct people, especially kids, since I really love him. I think kids see what they want to see. If they want to be Bluey so that there be a boy, they see themselves, and anything was a bit of a happy accident. I mean, Bluey is blue, and blue is the color of boys, and she acts very tomboyish, so I can see that. Test your knowledge with our tricky quiz. Oh, come on, let's go. What is the healer's license plate number? I think it's the HLR. In the hotel episode, what food item does a bandit think sounds pretty good? Night bacon. What celebrity voice married on the horse? You already gave it away, Lin-Manuel Miranda. Bluey's middle name is Christine. Bingo's pretend name for takeaway. Well, it's not Janet because Bluey is Janet the old person. Diddums is bandit. So it's either Sparkle Shot or Tap Girl. There's a tap, so I'm going to assume Tap Girl. What composer's music is featured in Sleepy Time? Oh no, I forgot already. Strauss? What song did Bingo sing at the beginning of the weekend? I'm a Digger. What does Uncle Rad use? Almond milk shampoo, the same thing as Frisky. What gift did Bandit eventually buy for Muppet's birthday in the Quiet Game? Pendragon! Chloe stuffed animal's name in Calypso. I don't remember that episode. I don't know. Roderick? Lucky's dad's first name is Pat. Bluey breaks a garden gnome in Hammer Barn.
Someone's husband eventually gets it. What does Chattermax eat in hide and seek? I don't know. Chatter bits? Chatter snacks. Chattermax eats chatter snacks. That's a thing, right? Bandit and Chili met, well, according to Chili, at a party in London. Whose Bluey party is becoming Sound Feather One? Coco's. No, Chloe's. Because Chloe's turning 7. She's only inviting 7 people. What first word does Socks say clearly? I think barbecue came first, so I'm going to say pepper. What type of fish was Maynard waiting to catch in Granddad? Flounder? Who falls out of the chopper at helicopter? I didn't see helicopter. Mackenzie? I can't point the camera correctly. The song shown on the cassette tape in the 80s flashback. Oh, I saw the episode, but they made the cassette tape so blurry. I don't know, what's an 80s song? What's love got to do with it? What gift does Bingo finally open and pass the parcel? Easy, a bubble gun.
Just made it.
We got some coloring pages. We're not going to do those because I am not a child. Snakes and ladders. Oh, that's cute. They made a tiny version of Snakes and Ladders. I mean, I personally would like to get the SpongeBob game of eels and escalators. Word search. Maybe I'll do that in my spare time. Spot the difference. Back in the day they were originally created, they were a mystery. But now it's like, just take the original screenshot and change some visual elements or put it in Photoshop, and that's all you need to do. Memory game where you have to cut out the pictures. But the problem with that is if you cut out the pictures, then you lose the Spot the Difference game, and you also lose the Crazy Maze. I'm getting dizzy just looking at this. Crosswords! One of these days I'll save this for Mom when she watches enough Bluey. She loves crosswords. Follow the numbers to draw the picture. I am not a child. And let's see, there is the merch that you can buy. There's a Squishmallow, as if I don't have enough Bluey plushes. Electric, toy quad. God, that would be so cool if I was a kid back then. Snack containers. Child's jacket. Man, it's all children's stuff. It's almost as if this is a show for children or something. An LED watch with a touchscreen adjustable strap with Bluey and Bingo. It's just a normal watch, normal digital watch with Bluey and Bingo on the strap. Who would buy that? Oh God, don't make me buy the bed set. I'm actually sleeping in a bed that size. So that was the Bluey magazine. And honestly, like, while Bluey is a show that could be considered a child demographic, this magazine, I think, fits with the spirit of the show in that all ages can enjoy the contents within. And I hope they make more of these magazines because, like there's so much to learn about Bluey, and, like, sometimes I don't want to go on the internet to learn about things happening with Bluey, because when I go on the internet to learn about things happening with Bluey, I wind up doom scrolling into my other favorite activities to find my favorite people being canceled for things, and it makes me sad again. But enough of that. I hope you enjoyed this first video that isn't in Yugi month. And thank you all for watching. If you're American, remember to vote. Check you later. Peace.